Yo, Chaz and Friends is back where the debates hit harder than a steel chair right to the dome piece. So look, we got ourselves a fire show. First of all, we're talking about the hot news that are coming out of WWE. WrestleMania is going to Saudi Arabia, whatever the name of that terrible country is. So, is it a game-changing move or is it just a money grab? Also, we're going to debate who has the better card, AEW All Out or is Wrestlepalooza the better show coming this Saturday? And last but not least, a good debate that I think that's going to really fire up the temperature here. What is it that matters the most here in 2025? Is it in-ring work or is it character development? We're going to talk about all that and many more on Chaz and Friends. Holla at your boy! Yeah.
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans here, checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with a 3 count. And your boy real chicken.
Yo, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew. It's the Capital Region's best kept secret and the Don of the Mid-Atlantic, and I'm the host of the hottest debate show in all of pro wrestling. The 3 Count Podcast presents Chaz and Friends, where it's not really about me, it's about my friends. Let me introduce to you my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the man that runs this podcast, because I really don't do much. I just show up, talk a lot of shit, and hey, people tend to like it. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the current reigning and defending SNW Supernova Wrestling Infinite Plus Network Champion. That's right there. Show it up and show it proud, good sir. Over a year. Nobody can take that belt from him. Ladies and gentlemen, he is also Trainer of the Year at multiple gyms. I just won't name them. He is also the #1 Broncos fan in professional wrestling. He is also the #1 contender for the SWA Crown Championship, and he is your future head of the SWA table. He will be the future Crown Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. He is the Red Dog. Bow, bow, wow, bow, wow.
Yo, it is the Air Force veteran intel specialist. So when you call on, when you need to get the job done in your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and don't adjust the tint or the color or anything like that, Chaz's eyes are really that red. Like, let's be fair. Like, it's almost similar to the tint right here. Chaz is so high right now.
Dog, let me tell you something. That Ravens game, man. Do you look? There's like two. They did a lot of renovations at the stadium at M&T Bank.
Yeah.
So me and Josh, during right before the 2-minute warning at the halftime, just walked around just to see the renovations. There's these 2 smoking sections, okay, in the stadium at M&T, and literally as soon as you probably maybe a whole 2 yards before you get to the section, just Mary Jane aroma just in there. Literally, me and JJ, we're walking. We went, whoa, because it literally hit you like a wave, and for 2 sections, it was just like a smoke shop. in the section of M&T Bank Stadium. I don't know if they did that on purpose. Like, and it's funny, they would like, I mean, what people gonna say? There's the smoking section. But like even the security guards just sitting there. Yeah. I was like, all right, we chilling. All right, cool.
These
But
these
yeah,
guys have built up an immunity to it. They've been there. Like,
legit, they was literally they're just sitting there like they're doing their job like they're supposed to. Shout out to Baltimore City finest.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, all right. Let me introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not the least. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is Sir Nathaniel Barnes, okay? He's got his red hat on because he thinks he's not Nathaniel Barnes, the Bionicle Man, all right, Winter Soldier. But he is your local resident Fred Durst, all right? He just keeps on rolling, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the extreme legend of the Mid-Atlantic. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the man with probably the most sensible takes on this show in past weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the only Graves that matters. He's the Graves in pro wrestling you want to listen to every night. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitch Graves.
Wow,
You
you
are
muted
also
up.
muted. And today we continue on our 1001 reasons why you should join a cult.
Oh my goodness. Look, I thought that joke was going to die by like Wednesday.
Oh no, dude, we're making it to 1001.
Folks, y'all gotta. I wish like the group chat, the 3 count group chat was like Big Brother, and you could just like watch what goes on in the group chat, because I promise you there are a lot of things that happen in that group chat that should not be said between friends, and just this reasons to join a cult just keeps going. He personally sent me, I bet you, which means he was probably watching the game at his house, waiting for it to be over, because as soon as I was in the car, get your ass home, you got a podcast to do, game's over. Good golly, clocking me. Like, man.
Hey, I'm just trying to make sure you're on time.
And I was here ready to go. My code open was already set and ready. I'm ready.
Which
I'm
brings me
excited.
to reason number 12. We have everything prepped for you.
If you haven't done so, hit that follow button, ladies and gentlemen, on your favorite social media platform. 3 count pod _ on the X app. 3 count pod everywhere else. Look, man, hey, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We got a lot of watch alongs. We got 2 watch alongs coming up on the 20th. Also, you can also see PI in 3 different states on the 20th. So there's a lot of content coming out from this house right here. That's 3 count. So you definitely should be watching some form of the 3 count on September the 20th, whether that's the watch along, whether that's going to a show in Utah, seeing Damien at Dive Pro Wrestling. I was about to call it something totally different, another D word. But go check out Damien at Dive Pro Wrestling. Check out PI. 3, 4 out of the 6. Yeah, 4. Wait, 1, 3. Yeah, 4 out of the 6 at EWA. Math was not my subject. I will not be afraid to admit that. Man, when they started adding letters and math, I said, all right, hell no. And Cliff, you will be at where are you at?
Wrestling
Focus Pro. So
in
Focus
Massachusetts.
Pro up there, up north. So definitely go check somebody out this weekend. We got interviews coming up. What's coming out on the ring? Cliff, go tell us what's up.
Yeah, so this Saturday we're having Matt Wild on Now in the Ring. So you guys get to check out that episode. It was a lot of fun. Matt is one of the original founders of Riot City. And it's pretty cool that him and I we have a lot that we were talking about, especially with the backgrounds of training and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a good time to have a great conversation and reminisce about some things that happened during training.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely go check that out. Matt Wild's cool. I've met Matt twice.
Yeah.
I think I know I met him once at training. I mean, I know that for a fact. But I feel like I did meet him another time at a show. I just don't
We're at SWA.
recall. Was it SWA?
Was SWA?
It was. I feel, the funny thing is this: I wanted to say SWA, but I didn't just want to go outright say and just be like, because SWA. I feel like I see everybody at SWA as far as in this region,
Yeah.
and so I just didn't want to just be like assume that was SWA. But you're right. Which if you say SWA, and I'm 99% sure that it happened. So SWA. But yeah, definitely go check out that interview this weekend. Hit that bell button on YouTube so you don't miss any of our content, whether that is our debate show clips, whether it is our solo debates that we put out on Mondays, so you get the big debate, the real fun one, whatever we find that we feel like is real fun, real interesting. That drops on Monday. Then on Tuesdays when you get the full show, the full debate show, with all the edits and the pretty looking stuff that Red Dog puts in there after the fact. And then Thursday when Damien stops being tired, Damien's going to do the Villains Lounge. Maybe we'll bring Lou along to he can host the Villains Lounge. Maybe, hey, how about, you know what? Lou and Twitch will host the Villains Lounge. We're about to on Thursdays. I think that's entertaining. Hear them bicker about the news on a Thursday night. I think that's fun.
I will agree to that on one thing. I don't know if I get my staples out on Thursday.
I don't care about this week. This week's a sham week. I'm talking shit right now.
Which brings me to reason number 13. We're never in shambles. Neither will you be.
For all of my audio podcast listeners who are not viewing this video right now, who are catching this, please hit that follow button on all of your audio platforms, whether it's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, podcast.com, Podcoin, where if it's literally podcast audio, no face, no case, yeah, we're on there. Give us that 5-star frog splash review off the Elimination Chamber on Apple Podcasts, and give us a comment on Spotify. It helps push the show out to other people who also like wrestling. So definitely comment on Spotify or even Apple Podcasts. All right, enough of the pleasantries, all that. Oh yeah, buy a shirt for your wear. We're dropping that the SWO shirt, okay, the Samoan World Order shirt. Okay, we're dropping that soon, so be on the lookout for that on For Your Wear. If you want to get some of the old classic stuff, go to Pro Wrestling Tees. But enough of the pleasantries. Let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Let's have some fun. Let's go with Push and Berry.
Push and Berry.
I need to get an audio now for that. Something. Push and Berry. Berries. Remember the Amanda
With
show?
a big echo behind it.
Yeah. Yep.
Berry.
All right. So those of you who are new here, who don't know what's up, these are the rules for Push and Bury. Me and my friends here, we're going to tell you something that we should push this week in professional wrestling, and we're going to tell you something that we should bury in professional wrestling. I will start this one off, and let's push Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the king of the luchadors, your double champion, just like his daddy Eddie Guerrero. Listen, man, I'm okay with waiting a month. I know last month I was like, they should have put the belt on Dom during the Fatal 4-Way. Look, let's go Judgment Day. Let's go Grande Americano. Like, shout out to Ludwig Kaiser for turning that gimmick into gold. Like, seriously. What I'm going to bury, I really don't have a bury this week. I don't think nothing was too egregious to me. Go, you know what? Just to bury something, I'm gonna bury Brock's draws. Like, I don't. Just for the sake of the game and the segment, if I had to bury something, because other than that, nothing really pissed me off where I went, oh, why are we doing this? I think everything was a chill week before our big PLE. So, but yeah, if I gotta bury something, I'm burying Brock's underwear.
Okay.
Put that in the record books. 5 years. Yeah, Brock's draw is getting buried. All right, what you got, Cliff? And then Twitch, you can follow.
All right. What do I want to push? I'll push. I got two things I want to push. One, I want to push. Just telling your employer to f
Oh,
off and not show up for work or be reachable by phone, email, text, snail mail, pigeon, whatever Andrade did was wild. That he was just like, you know what, I'm good, bro. I don't need to talk to you guys no more. And then he got released. So I'm like, I like that. You know what? I'm just not gonna talk to you guys. The other thing I want to push, I don't know if you guys recently saw or not. Tribal Keith is my other person I want to
oh,
push. The Tribal Keith needs
this
to be acknowledged.
guy
Tribal Keith.
here.
Let's acknowledge the Tribal Keith. Yep.
You know what's
Tribal Keith with
crazy?
the one.
The crazy thing about it is, I was calling my cousin Keith that before Ben even started that, and now it's a thing. And I'm like, Ben, I wanted to tell Ben to be like, hey man, look, I love everything about this. It's funny, it's hilarious. But I came up with this first. I've been calling my cousin that when we play Marvel Rivals, when he be getting on a roll. I'll be like, I'll acknowledge you, my tribal Keith. All right. Shout out to my cousin Keith, who I know low key is watching. He
Yep.
watches the show.
My
So
tribal,
shout out to him.
but
You
my
you
real
are the
Tribal
OG.
Keith,
You're the OG tribal Keith.
the real Tribal Keith out there with his expertise in the wrestling business. I'm here for it. I'm here to push that. I love it. I think it's hilarious. So I'm all about it. The thing I want to bury though, and it'll be what it is. Listen, man. I also want to bury. It's gonna sound fucked up when I say this, man, because I love her so much. But Michin, I'm sorry, like we gotta
Mm.
stop doing this. Like, how is it
Uh,
that? How is it? It's so weird that the WWE is like, yo, we need someone to compete for the title. Michin, get in there and compete for this title. And it's like, you ain't won. You ain't won nothing in forever. And
that's
yet
fair.
somehow you get to slide in and you get to have championship match after championship. I was like, I need you to build some momentum. I need my girl to have the title. I need not the US title. I need a girl to have like the main title because I need more from her, right? She's entertaining. I love her to death, right? She can wrestle. She does everything great. It's just that every time the WWE is like, "Hey, we need someone to compete against. We need someone credible, right, to put in the mid card champion." It's her, and then she's the first one they throw in, and she loses. And bro, I need her to hold the title and run with it for a while, and just tear the house down with it because she deserves it. And the only reason why she's in the bury is because WWE can't find anything to do with her other than, hey, give her a kendo stick and let her run out there and get her shot at a title.
It's
I'm over it.
it gets a pop though.
It does get a pop. It does get a pop. But it's like it's almost like like when John Cena like won the title, right? And he wrestled Randy Orton. It wasn't like Randy Orton was gonna win the title the next run. You know what I mean? Like that next match.
Fair.
So it's like that's what Michin is. Michin is like, oh hey, we have a new champion. Michin, get out there and defend, go compete for the title. And she's like, all right, I get it. She gets TV time. I 100% everything that goes down. I get it. I get it. She's very credible. But I'm just like, come on, man. Can we give this girl some wins? Can we give this girl some momentum? Can we do some of these things, please? Like, it's just necessary for me. That's all I'm gonna put out there.
It's on you, Twitch.
My push, I'm gonna go I'm agreeing with you on this one, Chaz. Dominic Mysterio. Uh, that's awesome to see him as the AAA World Champion right now. Uh, I'm okay with them waiting a month to do it. Unlike you, I feel like winning it in a fatal four way, it would have felt a little cheated, especially if he didn't pin the champions. This way, it was literally straight up. You want to win it, you got to pin the champion, and he knocked it out of the park, man. Shout out to Dominic Mysterio. My Barry. this Andrade situation, we literally just got him back. And I was so fucking excited for it. And now it's like, oh, hey, by the way, he's gone. What? Bastard. Stop fucking with my emotions.
What'd they say? They said something I saw something on Twitter about like,
He thought him and Phoenix should have been the ones going against the Wyatts for the tag titles.
right, but no, I just meant that it talked about there's another person who got booted from the E, and it was like, this is what happens when you mess with blonde women who can do moonsaults.
That's
Because I forgot who the other one was, but they were talking about Tiffany Stratton, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was a thing too.
I remember that. Yeah, I saw that post.
Yeah,
I don't
I
I
forget
don't
what
remember
it
who it
was.
was. Yeah, I don't remember who it was either. That's hilarious. I'm trying.
Mm.
Who? Yeah, I don't know who it was.
I can't remember.
It was it? Oh,
Obviously,
was it Deanna Peraza?
no,
You sure?
no, it was a male superstar that got cut
Oh,
from WWE.
oh, it was male. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All
Oh
right.
yeah, it was Giovanni Vinci. That's who it was. Thank you,
okay.
Curtis. Yes, that's who it was.
Thank you. There it
Yeah.
is. There
So
it
do
is.
we say Andrade is a problem now? Mm.
Well, I look. Can I? All right. So I wish we had like a staff that could like go back in our archives, right, and just bring back clips like instantly. Because like I said it when he wanted to be let go. I said what? That this was going to happen again. I said it. I said, look, I don't think, and I don't think it's really the booking. I think it's Andrade. I said it about Rusev. Rusev is yet to prove me right, but I just don't think certain like guys like that, like an Aleister Black, I just don't think they will ever be happy on TV as far as it's concerned, because it's just there's always the reports of them not being happy creatively. They don't like what they're doing, and like at some point you got to be a team player. Like you just not going to like everything that you do. Like it's just it is what it is, you know. But man, like yeah, I said it once and I said it before. Yeah, Andrade is the problem.
You mean to tell me you
Actually,
don't think that Aleister Black is happy on TV?
yeah,
Oh
crazy.
no. Who would have ever thought that one?
Like,
Dang, y'all. I mean, I'll be fair and I'll say, y'all really don't think that he's happy being at the E?
No. I
Yeah.
think his significant other had a lot to do with him coming back. More so than his own personal desire to come back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that.
yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. Yeah.
I can understand that. I don't know, man. It's weird because when I see Aleister Black, even like on Twitch and stuff like that, he never has anything like negative to say about the company.
No,
But it seemed like when he was at AEW, he was just like looking for the reason to leave the company, if that makes sense.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And Andrade was the same way, right? He was looking to get out of AEW. Rusev was the same way, looking to get out of AEW. But now, like even like Rusev now, like seeing him at WWE, I think he's happier. Like he wasn't happy, and then he left and he came back and he was like, "I'm never doing this again." And I feel like it's the same way with Alistair. Like he left, thought he was gonna get something better, realized it, and then left. And to be fair, Alistair always said that Cody was the reason why he started to not like AEW.
Well, guess what? Cody's your world champion.
This is true.
Think that.
So we'll see what happens with him. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the first topic.
Mm.
All right. For the
Mm.
first time.
Hey, before you go off, this is how you do it.
Thanks, pal.
Write paragraphs.
It's not a paragraph.
Anyway, for the first time in history, WrestleMania is leaving North America. WWE announced that WrestleMania will be hosted in Saudi Arabia in 2027. Some
WrestleMania has been held in Canada, right?
Yeah, but he says leaving North America,
North
and
America.
Oh,
Canada is in North America.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
You was looking for it too. You
Right,
was
he was
waiting to
waiting.
jump on
He
it.
was waiting. He was waiting. Anyway, in North America, it's leaving for the first time. Canada means North America, not the United States of America, but the continent. Some fans say it's a historic step for a global expansion of the sport. Others say it's selling out the soul of Mania for a dirty payday. So the question is, bold move or betrayal of tradition? Cliff, start this one off, then we'll go Twitch, and then I'll end it.
Listen, man. Like, I understand that WWE wants to get a payday. That's well inclined to the business, and not even just WWE, TKO or Endeavor, right? You know, they're still falling behind bills, and they got to pay up on those bills. And I think it's crazy that a company is going to be out here demanding that they get $100 million to host WrestleMania, and other countries are a certain country was like, yo, that's a drop in the bucket for us. Let's just go ahead and get this done. Um, my problem is that this is still, and I think a lot of people are kind of like forgetting, right, about why Saudi Arabia is kind of like on bad terms with a lot of people, right? A lot of Americans will put it that way, with the United States of America, right? With American citizens. And it's because of the whole situation with Khashoggi. Like, we're not talking about it anymore, which is credit to, and I would say this, credit to Riyadh, right? Because they're like painting over all the stuff that they did back in the day. Like, look how progressive we are. We have football here. We have your favorite UFC fighters. We have the Canelo, and we sponsored the Canelo Crawford fight. Oh, we have wrestling here too. We have females wrestling, right? But we still have rules. But we have females wrestling here. You know what I mean? Like, it is just so crazy to think about how they whitewashed their history with sports and sports entertainment. I have a problem. It could be anywhere in the world, and I probably would still have a little bit of a problem, right? But not as much as it is with Saudi Arabia, right? It's not that I hate the citizens of Saudi Arabia. I just hate what the government has done to certain things that have happened, right? In the WWE, I feel like people are forgetting that the WWE had their rotator held at in Saudi Arabia. Like, they weren't allowed to fly out because of a missed payment, and Vince McMahon delayed the feed to the citizens of Saudi Arabia, and then they turned around and just held the plane for as long as they could, and then let the plane go. And that's what ended up sparking one of our favorite parts of Survivor Series with NXT and SmackDown and Raw happening. I just think it's crazy that we have a whole entire we all of a sudden we just gave up. We were just like, yeah, that's cool. Nah, man, like, Emmanuel, you good. We know you like to work with the Saudis. I mean, clearly, right? And that with everything that happens with Endeavor all the way down to TKO, and then inside of WWE and UFC. I just, to me, man, this is it's not a sellout because the company's already sold out. So this is just a money grab situation for them, and credit to the E for getting that money, but I hate the fact that the first country outside of North America is going to be Saudi Arabia, and I would have preferred it to be London, to be fair.
Yeah, because London deserved that one. Like the UK deserved that. They deserved that joint over uh, Saudi. Go ahead, Twitch. It's on you, bro.
It should have been London. I wholeheartedly agree with that. If you're going to do WrestleMania outside of North America, including Canada, uh, it should have been London. Uh, they are going to milk the Saudi Arabia cash cow dry. As long as Saudi Arabia is willing to pay them ridiculous piles of money, they're just going to keep going there. I, that's all I really got to say about it. It's it's like you said, Cliff. The company has already sold out, so this isn't a sellout situation.
Yeah.
This has literally just become how much more can we drain from this cash cow until they get tired of us.
Mm-hmm.
But wholeheartedly, London should have been the first out of North America to get WrestleMania. I'm not going to fly to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. I don't know about either one of you two.
Nah. I was willing to go to New Orleans. I was making the plans to go to New Orleans. I was like, you know what? New Orleans is good.
I would have
Wife's
made
been
that drive.
wife's been to New Orleans before. She wanted to go back. All right, cool. I've never been. Let's make it a trip. Let's go to Mania. There were the rumblings, a little budding of planning, and then yeah, they're going back to Vegas, and I refuse to go to Vegas. I just won't do it.
I have no desire to go to Las Vegas.
I went as a child, and it was I mean, can't do anything really in Vegas as as a kid, but like even as an adult, I don't have no desire to go to Vegas. I have no desire to just go spend the money I don't have and waste it at
Lose
casinos.
it all.
Exactly. Like my honeymoon, I went to Atlantic City and I literally went. I had $100, and after I got the $50 left, I said I don't want to play this no more. I said this is just fun. I said, this is not
draining
fun.
me.
I said this is not fun. Like the slot, like no, watching your money go away is not fun for me. So,
This
nah,
is
man.
for rich people, and I'm not that.
Exactly. Like this, you can just waste 200 on just a little machine with pretty lights. Go be my guest. Me, I'd rather be like for my anime. I'd rather be like Yugi and go with the heart of the cards. Give me a card game. I played that. At least I know I messed up my chances of losing my money or earning some money if I'm playing cards. Not no darn slots. Look, Saudi is going to be here, and it's crazy that 10 years later, even after the Saudi deal first started, we're still complaining about Saudi. I'm more or less shocked that it took them this long to do it. Let's be for real. Like we should have saw that this was the next step when the Royal Rumble next year is going to be in Saudi. I think that's probably was the primer for this. Is like I think we all can agree on the consensus of this company has sold out a long time ago. Um, there's calling it a sellout is redundant at this point. That this is at this rate, this is how this company operates, and I just think that for fans and for everyone who's literally watched this company for 50 plus years do business a different way, and it's just when they're not used to it. I I don't I the news doesn't shock me. Even when it leaked out the day before they made the announcement, I went, it's about time. Really, it's about time. They're going there every year anyway. They were doing their own show specifically for Saudi. They got their little stupid museum little attraction there. Why not? Why not? Does it suck politically and all the stuff that Saudi does behind the scenes? Yeah. But business wise, why not? Should have been in Saudi a couple years ago. I would have rather you do Saudi than do Vegas 2 years in a row. I that's just me personally. I mean, I'm not going to either or, but I think we're just blowing this out of proportion. And who that whatever arena they're going to, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out whether it is full of the Saudi Arabia citizens who are there who can afford it, because the people who live there got the money to afford it, because those tickets will probably be astronomical in 2 years. Like, so I mean, hey, if you don't like the Saudi government and if you don't watch, I mean that's the best way. What I can do is like don't watch it, because you like, hey, it sucks because that's WrestleMania and you're gonna miss out on 2 nights of WrestleMania. If they do 2 nights again, they probably will go back to 1 night. But just don't watch it. I mean, hey, because
From
guess
my
what?
understanding, it's a one night only event.
One night only event. That
Even worse. Even worse. Even worse. That's all I'm gonna say. Even worse. Why do I say it's even worse? It's one night, bruh. Listen, that's great. That's one night that I can boycott WWE. Not like it, and I've already told y'all, like I'm doing I'm doing it again anyway in January. I don't give a shit. I told y'all like I was not playing when I said that I was just not gonna watch the Rumble next year in Saudi Arabia. I'm not watching WrestleMania, but they're gonna do WrestleMania, or they're gonna do the Raw after Mania in Saudi Arabia. It's
And the
not gonna be,
SmackDown before Mania.
and the
yeah,
SmackDown before.
Hall of
Like it's
Fame.
all got to be that Hall of Fame, right? And who you gonna like in real talk, like I my biggest problem is that I'm not just thinking about this in the aspect of like the WWE going to Saudi Arabia. Where is GCW going to host their event?
Well,
Well,
we gotta remember they were already trying getting the indie shows out the docket during WrestleMania week starting last year.
yeah,
That they were trying to get all that independent WrestleMania week shenanigans foolery for us indie folk out the door.
yeah,
Like that's why we got all the nightlight stuff and everything for WrestleMania week because they don't want you going to the indie shows anymore. They want you to bring your money here with WWE. We're going to make the
yeah,
whole week,
yeah.
So
But I'm just thinking about like the aspect of like where's the E? So next year, obviously GCW and the collective, right, is going to be in Las Vegas. Let's be fair, right? But what about the year after that? Where's it going then? You know what I mean? Like we gotta figure it out because it's not going to Saudi Arabia. Although I will be fair and I'll shout out Abs when I say this. He dropped his promo for taking bookings in Saudi Arabia. He's like, I will fly myself out there. Just book me for a show. So I was like, I love it. I love that he did that. So big shout outs to Abs for that because I saw his promo. I was like, that's pretty good.
yeah, I just I it is what it's going to be. There's not a lot of fan outrage that will make them change their mind on this. Like it's just watch it or don't. And like Cliff decided, he's not going to watch it. And hey, that's your choice. I'm more than
And I
likely
may
will
change
probably.
my mind and go watch it. But you know
You
me,
could
I'm gonna be
join me for the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time.
dog. I just think
You
he's
know
too.
you get look. You know someone's coming out of look. You know
I
Cena's wrestling.
know.
You know
It
Cena's
pisses
wrestling.
me off.
Cena's coming out of retirement. So like, enjoy the 2 years of without him.
Trish Stratus is gonna make a surprise appearance at the Royal Rumble, and I'm like,
they're gonna bring all
Taker's
the
going to
heavy
throw
hitters.
the hat and jacket on one more time.
yeah, he's gonna do one spot and get
Well,
thrown over the
actually,
top rope.
funny enough, crazy. I don't think he will. He's the one guy. He said it not too long ago that
He would never put the jacket back on.
yeah, the jacket and hat. It's not. He goes, it would do everything to that character with the hat and the jacket. He goes, it would do it a disservice if he puts the jacket and hat back on.
I was
Hey,
doing the Kurt Angle podcast with him.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
again, I'm not trying to hear what Taker is saying. You know why? Because these are my morals. And for the right amount of Saudi money, these are also my morals. I'm not trying to hear that. Yo, if they told that man, hey, listen, we're gonna pay you $120 million to put the jacket and hat back on, he's like, let me go dust this off real quick. I'll be right back.
Let me go
I'm
get
not
some
trying to
leather
hear
collars
that.
right
I'm not
Let
quick.
trying
me
to hear
right.
him tell me that.
Let me go get my eye makeup real quick.
Yeah,
Let me go steal my wife's eyeliner.
yeah,
Like,
I'm just gonna go dye my beard real quick. I saw the gray beard Taker. I saw the gray beard. Yeah, 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 yeah. Also, shout outs to all those people and all the smiles that they had when they made that announcement for Saudi.
you can't don't they sound so happy to be there, so
Dog,
excited for the company.
Bro, it looked like we were staring at mugshots of prisoners. Like,
bruh.
Absolutely
The
insane.
only person there that was, and you know what? And she was cheesing. Only reason why she was cheesing is because she's like, "Oh, I'm back with all my friends at WWE." But let's be real, Liv was the only one. Because if Liv wasn't cheesing, she would have looked like her mugshot. I just, bruh, I just can't. I can't do it, man. It hurts my heart knowing that like WWE is just like, and I get it, right? We had the greatest Royal Rumble, we've had the Crown Jewels events, right? And you know, you get your two
Slow down.
events. Why do you get one of the big four? And now at this point, you're getting two of the big four. Why do you get those? Why? You have your own shows. Like, hey, you can go fuck off and do your own thing. I don't care. Like, I just don't.
They
Like,
really try to make that city a hub, bro. They really try to make it an entertainment
bruh.
hub, and that's just it.
There is nothing entertaining enough for me to go to Saudi Arabia.
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff there, like they got in that city. Like, only reason I know that my mom has visited over there, and so like it's
That's
a lot
cool.
of they really trying to build it up over there. Now, granted or not, is people gonna actually give bite for it? They might. You
And
know,
people, yeah, and the thing is like the thing is that what my problem is there's a lot of rules out there for people of other culture, right? Other, let's call it other communities, right? There's a lot of rules out there. You and like all of us, we would be fine. We would fine. Yo, we call it Uber, we'd be fine. They'd be taking us wherever. We wouldn't, because we wouldn't have time to talk about. Hey, we don't like Prince Mohammed Bonesaw. We don't have time to talk about that dude. We would just be like, "Yo, let's get us to where we gotta go. We just want to get to the show and watch what we gotta watch. That's it." And I know, hey, listen, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I know you probably listen to our show because I definitely know that there's 0.1% of those people in Saudi Arabia who listen to this show. I have seen the stats. Trust me, I know that you do. But it's like it's crazy to me that there's this issue that like, you know, we still like some of us haven't got past it, and I get it. It's been 10 years. I haven't, because I just think that is a mark on a society. And I have other political realms with other countries that harm other American citizens too. So it's not just one, but it's crazy to me that WWE was just like, Matt, we'll run shows here anyway. We don't care. I'm like, whatever.
I just want to say that 3 out of the 4 people on this podcast smoke weed. We would not be fine.
that's fair. He's right about that. Yeah, nah,
I mean,
we're getting cooked. Yeah, we're
As soon as we touch down,
we're cooked. We're cooked. So cooked. All right, let's see what the comments looking like. Then we're gonna
that's crazy. 3 of the 4. Now that
then we're gonna move on to our
I
Damien's not
mean,
here,
we can make it 4 out of 4.
I would venture to say it's not a consistent basis, but it is 4 out of 4.
It is 4 out of 4. I've
You
been there.
know?
I've seen it.
It's like, ooh, burn.
Oh, look, it's
Big thing.
Dean.
But yeah, so that's my thought process. I can't wait till we find out more about this. Anyway, let's continue.
All right, let's keep it. Let's keep it pushing with our second debate topic. All right, so which card is better for the fans over the weekend? All right, so this weekend, wrestling fans are being spoiled with back-to-back super shows: AEW's All Out and WWE's Wrestlepalooza on ESPN Direct. AEW's even shifted its start time to avoid the head-to-head competition. I'm not saying it, but you're saying it.
Tony Khan's a pussy.
But both cards are stacked, and
What did you just say?
you heard what I said. But we're gonna keep it a stack and keep it real. Only one of them can have the better show. So, which card really delivers? All right, what you got, Cliff?
I was gonna say, like, oh, were you not gonna read out the matches, or you're just gonna be like, I hope you guys did your research?
Oh yeah, I hope you guys did your research. I don't have it. I don't have the matches.
I'll be fair, man. I definitely love the entertainment side. Wrestlepalooza. I'll be, when I say that, only Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquera right off the rip is got my it's got my money right there. Okay. We also like we getting the Usos reunited. Gee, I wonder why to take on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Then CM Punk, AJ Lee, of course. Then you have Cody and Drew, which was just recently added on. And then finally, you got John Cena and Brock. So I mean, that's a stacked card right there, right? And when you look on the other side of things, we have a couple pre-show matches when it comes to All Out, but really we got the return of we'll call it ENC, even though it's Cope and Christian versus FTR. The Hurt Syndicate, right? Taking on Ricochet and GOA. Mercedes Monet versus Riho, which is yep. I figured that's what you were gonna do. Uh, Mox and Allen, I think are gonna be a good match. Mox and Darby. I really want to see that one. MJF versus Mark Briscoe. I'm back and forth on that one. Timeless Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla. I like that matchup. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. The women are going to tear that roof off. Heyman Page versus Kyle Fletcher. That's definitely gonna probably be a match of the night. We'll be fair with that one. I don't want to seem like I'm gonna shit on it. Okada versus Konosuke versus Doradora, and then the Beast Mortos. That's probably gonna be a sneaky match that we're all gonna end up enjoying a lot more than we say. Uh, Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. I can't. That's a match that I want to see just because I just want to see Eddie Kingston back. That's it. And the last but not least, Brodito versus what's called the 3rd of September to remember winners. So there's a 4-way ladder match for the AEW championship, and those teams have not been announced yet. But I do like Brody King and Bandito as a team. I think it's a lot of fun, but it's to me right now, Wrestlepalooza definitely has the edge to me, just star power wise. Because right now AEW doesn't feel like they have a lot of these matches kind of seem like throwaway matches. Where on WrestlePalooza, it seems like every one of these matches could have been the headliner for this match. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll lean towards WrestlePalooza.
In my personal opinion, I think they both suck. If I honestly had to pick one, based on what both cards look like, I would probably lean towards WrestlePalooza. I I don't care about John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I don't. The only real matches I care about on that card is Io Sky and Stephanie Becker, CM Punk, AJ Lee, and Seth and Becky. Like other than that, I could care less about almost all the other matches. I don't care about Drew and Cody. As far as AEW goes, you pretty much nailed it right on the head. This is all a bunch of throwaway matches. The only one that really has me excited is the MJF Mark Briscoe match, and that's only because it's going to be violent.
Yeah, the tables and thumbtacks match.
Yeah, like wholeheartedly. Looking at both of these cards side by side, none of them really scream, "Oh my god, go pay HBO, go pay ESPN." But based off of, like you were saying, star power and two matches I'm excited about versus one, yeah, I would lean probably towards WrestlePalooza.
What say ye, Chaz?
Let me tell you something, okay? The greatest tag team on God's green earth,
Are the
right,
Hardy Boys.
right underneath pure ignorance, are two members of this great faction called the Samoan World Order. Okay, it's a faction compiled of the greatest Samoan warriors to ever step foot inside the squared circle. Okay, Jimmy and Jay are coming back as a tag team to fight the Bronze in a tag team match, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
That's not exciting though.
That is exciting for me to see the Usos. Okay, the promo that they cut on the Bronze on Raw 2 weeks ago Yes, I'm calling them the Braun Brawns. I mean, it's the Vision, but when it's those two, they're called the Braun Brawns. It gave me chills. Okay, I said, "Yeah, Jimmy, talk that talk." Also, the return of AJ Lee in an actual wrestling match is legitimately Big Four pay-per-view level of a moment. To see her come back and then have her for the first time, not really for the first time, but since they were married, tag up against another married team, being it's Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, screams Big Four level match. Big Four pay-per-view. Like, I don't care. You could the rest of the like we made fun of Cody last week on the show because where he's been at, now he's back, and of course because we were talking about, hey, how your first show on ESPN you don't have your world championship or even the WWE championship being defended. Aha, Cody here comes to save the day. He heard us talking. That's what it was, Twitch. He heard us talking shit about him.
That's exactly what it is.
So he came back right after and said, "Aha, those motherfuckers at the 3 count. Fuck you. I'm facing Drew, defending the belt." but
Ooh.
but yeah, snooze fest. I don't want to say snooze fest, but like I could care less for that one. Io Sky and Stephanie Vecchio, that's probably the match of the night. And John and Brock, we've been there, seen that. That's automatically a top 5 card of the year off rip, even without John Cena and Brock. Star power alone, yeah, I agree, Cliff. Star power alone, yes. Now, looking over All Out with their 11 match, sorry, I was about to say 15, 11 match card compared to the 5 match that's going to take, from what, 3 o'clock to 6 or 7? Jeez. Anyway, there isn't a match on there. Me personally, I'm all for trios matches. So the Hurt Syndicate, shout out to I'm wearing their shirt, but the Hurt Syndicate and GOA and Ricochet. I'm cool. I want to see that. I could care less about Riho. All right, Riho could have stayed over there in Japan for all I care. She could have never came back on TV and fell off the face of the earth, and I could care less. And now that she's facing probably one of the greatest women's wrestlers on the planet, that's a waste of a match. So sorry, but that's a pee break match. Timeless Tony Storm, the Fatal 4-Way. Ugh. Hangman and Kyle Fletcher is going to cook because Kyle Fletcher can work, and I'm just convinced that boy is he's the next second coming of Randy Orton. Like, you want to see, that reminds me of young Randy Orton before Randy Orton became Randy Orton. Kyle Fletcher's that dude. But, and then Eddie Kingston. I'm just going to see Eddie Kingston back. There are a lot of moments that I rather see on the All Out card, but I just wouldn't sit and watch the whole thing. There's nothing screams out, and it sucks because All Out is their big show. If it was me, I'm picking Wrestlepalooza. I want to see AJ back. And I talked about it last week. That's going to scream people to come watch it. That's the hook. It's not really John Cena and Brock. That's for the lapsed fan that they bring in. Oh, snap, John Cena and Brock still wrestling, man. I remember. That's for that, man. But they're going to bring, that's how they bring you in. I didn't figure WWE's system out at this point, man. They think they got their little voodoo working.
You just figured it out?
No, I've been figured it out, but I'm just finally acknowledging that I figured it out on the air. I've been figured it out like 3-4 years ago when I started doing this podcast. You start noticing this stuff with the E and how they do stuff. You're like, you sly mother suckers. But yeah, man, they're all throwaway. They're all throwaway matches, but Wrestlepalooza stands out. And if anything, this is a perfect way to start off your ESPN partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Pretty
It
much.
sucks because All Out, and I feel like if All Out stood by itself, if they didn't have Wrestlepalooza on that day, All Out, this was the same card, it probably would look a little bit better. But I think because of the simple fact that it's being, on the same day as Wrestlepalooza and all the bells and whistles that come along with it, it's just that it just feels yeah, like we just put a lot of stuff in this soup, and we just got a bunch of stuff in it. Like it just don't taste good. We just put a bunch of shit in it, and that's what All Out looks like to me.
Yeah,
So
It's fair.
that's fair.
yeah,
That is a fair assessment.
all right. What the comment look like? Well, 15,000 people. Good gracious.
15,000.
I mean, 1,500. I told you I
You
can't count. Math is not
can't,
my
you
subject.
can't read. Great. Now that we known as the Bronze going forward, I can't.
That's their name, bro. I don't like. The Vision is the name of the faction.
Right.
But when you break it down to their tag team name, they're called the Bronze.
The Bronze.
Yep, I'm about to make that a thing. I'm about to make that a thing on 2K on my universe mode now. About to call them the
Let
Bronze.
it be known right quick before we hop to the next subject. The reason number 13 you should join a cult is because we help you with math.
We help you with math. Math makes sense.
That's right, camera. Zoom in on his face.
Yep. See how he's just shaking his head?
Anyway,
I don't know
all
what
right.
just happened here.
Before we get into our last debate topic, want to shout out our partner promotion, SWA. The big show coming up on November 1st, 20th anniversary show. A lot of hot matches coming off. But just want to highlight one thing in particular, and just because I did find it, and I did have his card. And when I see him, I have to get him to sign it. But this guy right there will be there live and in action. All right, WWE legend right there, super crazy. Will be there, SWA, in the Shady Grove, Pennsylvania area. So if you are free on November 1st in the area, go check out the show. PI is teaming up with the women's champ, facing off against the Hall of Famers, the guy who's going in the Hall of Fame. Some old heads. We're going to beat them and tell them and show them why they're in the Hall of Fame and not in the actual ring anymore. Yes, go ahead, Twitch.
I got nothing. that did it for me. Thank you.
Topic 3, our final topic.
This is one of my favorite. This is my favorite meme right now.
Here we go. All right, in 2025, this debate is hotter than ever. What really drives wrestling? Is it 5-star matches and work rate, or is it characters and personalities that puts butts in seats? From Kenny Omega and Okada delivering dream matches to Trick Williams to Logan Paul, drawing off charisma and their characters, what matters more today? The in-ring work, or is it the personality? This one should be fun. What do you think, Twitch? Start this one off with you, bro.
Honestly, in-ring work matters more. I understand that having a character is great, but if you have a character and you fucking suck in the ring, I don't give a damn about your character. Your character is going to put people in seats because see, this is where it's a double-bladed sword. Your character is going to put people in seats, but at the same time, so can your wrestling. But what's going to put people in there more? It's probably going to be your character work. Certain people, it's going to be your wrestling. Like, there are some people, I won't say names because I don't believe in being rude, that have great characters but fucking suck at wrestling.
He's talking about me.
There are people who are great at wrestling but have shit fucking characters. Like,
He's not talking about me.
no, I'm definitely not. It's really a double-bladed sword. But if I'm going to make a personal decision on it, I would rather you be a better worker and be able to work on building a better character than having a better character and be able to work on wrestling.
I'm gonna say great character work. Something that VKM said before he was ousted out. He said on the Pat McAfee show, everybody can be a good wrestler. You can train anyone to be a wrestler, right? And you can just be average or, you know, better than average, right? You can just be the average dude, but being a good character is what draws people to you. And even if your character was I suck at wrestling, people get drawn to that. I'll give you an example, right? And this was funny. This was told to me by I this is a first-hand story. So I heard this right off the rip. But you know, I'll sorry, Jimmy, but he was working a match in a house show and he was working Becky Lynch. And he hit
Oh,
this like
I know the
he
story.
hit this really cool like wrist lock maneuver that really wouldn't have been seen before, right? But when he went to the back, VKM dead ass told him, "Yo, I like that. Don't ever do it again. Your character isn't supposed to know how to wrestle." So I mean, like, yo, all right, well then that works out, right? I mean, AJ Styles is known as a great worker, and we know he's a great worker, but also he's a very compelling character. Like we can see the layers that he has underneath him, and we get drawn to AJ, not necessarily because AJ is great at wrestling. We know he's great at wrestling. We get attached to him, right? Uh, Samoa Joe, he's just a badass. The way he works, he's a badass. His character is a badass. Like, and we believe that he's a badass. We get attracted to people like The Undertaker and Kane and Bret Hart, who was a great in ring worker, not really a great character. We'll say that part. But Owen Hart had a great character work and was a great wrestler. And some of us remember him for his, it depends. Some of us remember him for his great character work, right? I think great characters are memorable. Look at John Cena. Look at Roman Reigns. Look at Seth Rollins, Ric Flair. Ric Flair was also a great wrestler, but his character work was outshining his in ring work. You know, I think great characters make wrestling, not in ring work. I think in ring work helps, but I think great characters is what makes you stay.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna go opposite. I think it's the opposite. I think the character will get the butt in the seat, but I think the wrestling, the in ring work, is what keeps them in. Especially in today. The question is in 2025, and I think when we look at it, we got to look at how wrestling is in the landscape and how wrestling is viewed now. How the viewer takes in wrestling. So many people are in the know and they know the behind the scenes stuff, whereas the character stuff is just the fluff. It's the wrestling. The pop is for the wrestling now. People, we've said it before. They're popping for the bump. They're not popping for the finish. Your loudest pops in matches are for the bumps or for the maneuvers. If go to some of these, if you sit at a show and listen, they're quiet. But that bump, that ring, kaboom! Ah! People pop for the bump now and for crazy spots and athletic sequences now. Like, yeah, the character will get you that initial cheer, but that's the in-ring work that keeps, the in-ring work is what keeps them bell to bell. It's not the character work anymore. Like, I think like the standard has just shifted now. Like, fans are smarter and they're demanding more, all right? The athleticism of wrestlers have changed dramatically from when the 80s and the 90s. Everybody can do it, can hit a flip now. That's the standard at this point. Sorry. Like, that's just what it is. We're in the social media world where it's GIFs, clips, and highlights that get over now. That's what gets like people aren't consuming long products like long form media like that anymore. You're shocked to see if anybody's sitting for a show that's longer than an hour. It's just because of the attention span. So I do think it's the moves, it's the in ring work, and gimmicks come and go. People like how many gimmicks has Taker has over the course of his career? How many gimmicks? Three. This new
Two.
take three. This and let's be for real. All those different versions of the Taker, I count those as different ones. Okay, Ministry.
Well,
Of
then if that be the case, then it's like 5.
All right, then my point exactly.
But
Gimmicks fade and go.
each gimmick has gotten over. We talk about each gimmick though, whether it's the Ministry of Darkness, the first Undertaker, the rebrand, the Last Outlaw, American Badass. We remember every single one of those characters. We talk about those characters
Yes.
in those eras. That's my
But
point.
that wouldn't work in 2025. The
course it
Undertaker,
would.
no, it would not. Absolutely
What
not.
do you mean it would not?
The Undertaker character would not get over in 2025. The Wyatt Six barely gets over now, and the only reason it gets over is out of sympathy for Bray Wyatt's, sudden passing.
Listen,
That's
See,
the
I
only
don't-
reason. Yes.
Let me-
Oh, come
let me-
on now.
let
Let's
me-
keep it a bean. Let's
okay.
keep it a bean. The
Hold
Wyatt
on.
Six as a gimmick has failed.
So wait a
That
minute, wait.
has failed. It don't
First
work
of all,
in 2025. Like the Undertaker's gimmick would not work in 2025.
I'm not trying
Absolutely
here.
not.
First of all, I'm not whatever.
I'm not done my point. Let me go back to finish my point. I got one more point left. Then you can go. Y'all can go counterpoint. Where's my where? Now I lost my place in my notes. Hold up.
You
Where
see
is
what I
I at?
mean? Like this man has to take notes.
There we go.
He's
Yeah,
off the rip.
I do take notes to argue with you, motherfuckers.
Reason number 15. We know where our notes are.
Here we go. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, gimmicks come and go, but matches get remembered now. Okada, Omega, Shawn and Taker, Punk and Cena, Money in the Bank. It's all about the in-ring work. We talk about those matches because of what happened inside the ring, the story that was told by the moves. Even the stars need to look. Logan Paul, LA Knight, Trick Williams have a ton of charisma, but look, what keeps them going is because they all deliver in the ring. They can go. It's the in-ring work. It's crazy to think about it now, and like
Gimmicks come and
yes.
go. That's
It
all you gimmicks.
Strong matches, man.
But here's the problem with saying
Characters bring
gimmicks.
them in. Wrestling keeps the lights on, brother.
Gimmicks come and go, but yet we talk about characters more than we talk about the in-ring work.
Are we though?
Yeah, we do. Like when we talk about CM Punk, when we talk about CM Punk, we don't talk about CM Punk and John Cena's match. We talk about the pipe bomb that he dropped, right? That's what we really want to talk about. We don't talk about that stuff. When we talk about AJ Lee, when we talk about her in-ring work, right? We don't really talk about her ring work. We talk about the promos that she's able to cut. We talk about the character side of the things that she's done. We talk about crazy AJ Lee hopping around, skipping around, kissing Kane, kissing Daniel Bryan, kissing John Cena, kissing CM Punk. We talk about that moment. We talk about that. But you know who we don't really talk about all that much? Mr. Perfect. And we talk about that guy. That guy's the best, right? One of the best. We talk about you. You want to talk to me about Bret Hart's situation, right? Bret Hart being one of the excellence of execution. But we love talking about Roddy Piper and the Piper Pit. You want to talk to me about guys who do good. We don't talk about Kevin Owens' ring work. We want to talk about 2025. You want to talk about Kevin Owens' ring work. We talk about the character work that he has, the crazy side of him that we talk about. When we talk about Jimmy Uso, we don't talk about Jimmy Uso as being like, oh man, that match that he had with Gunther was fire, even though it was, we be fair, right? But we all like, oh man, we out here, yeet. We all eating out here, bro. Like, come on, man. Don't play it off. Don't be like gimmicks come and go. We remember those gimmicks. The Tribal Chief. We didn't sit here on this podcast and be like, hey man, that match that he had with Logan Paul, fire.
Yes,
even
we
though
did.
it was.
Yes, we very much have.
I'm about to say, yes,
no.
we did.
I'm just saying, even
We
though
did.
we don't go back and talk more about it. But
But
we
it-
talk about the Tribal Chief. We talk about your Tribal Chief, my Tribal Chief, the man that sits at the head of the table. That's what this podcast was doing for a long time. My point being though is that we don't sit out here and go, hey man, like this in-ring work from this dude was fucking killer, right? And then we talk about that same in-ring work 2 weeks down, 3 weeks down, 4 weeks down. We could talk about Will Ospreay and his in-ring work, and we talk about his in-ring work, and we've also acknowledged that his promo skills and his character development has gotten better. But my point being though is that we talk more about characters. We don't talk more about in-ring work for wrestlers. We just don't do it. Like
in 2025, yes, we do.
Okay, let me
In
talk.
this
Dominic
day and age,
Dominic Mysterio has been tearing it up, right? We can acknowledge that he's been tearing it up. But
Yep.
what do we really talk about? We don't talk about Dom's matches. We talk about Dirty
no,
Dom. We talk. We
talk
no no
about the
no.
whole thing. We're
We talk
talking.
about it.
No,
We
we're
talk
talking about.
about
Oh, we're
Dirty
not.
Dom.
No.
No,
We're
we
talking
talk
about
about
Dom. We're not separating the the
no no.
gimmick
We talk
and
about the
the rework.
character
We're
side of
talking
Dom,
about it all. We're talking about the whole package. We're
bro.
not
I'm
separating
okay.
anything when we
Okay.
talk
Okay.
about Dom. When we talking about
Let
Dom,
me
we're
be fair
talking
with
about
this.
he's the total
I can't
package.
wait. I can't
Everything.
wait. I can't wait. Okay, in 3 weeks, I cannot wait to come back to this podcast, right? And we come back every week, right? I'm just saying, in 3 weeks, we not coming back here to this podcast and being, damn, did you see Dominic's last match? That shit was fire, bro. We are not doing that. We
We
sit
do it
here.
every week when we do match of the week.
But Dominic Mysterio isn't day in, day out the person we talk about. I'm just saying that in ring work is good. It does matter, but we talk more about the character side than anything. We don't sit here and talk about, damn, Penta hit this fly ass Mexican destroyer. No, we're always talking about going, and mind you, we do talk about those, but 3 weeks down the road, we're always here like, Cero, Miedo. We talk about the character side of things. The character side matters to me more. Anybody can be, listen, I just like he said too, right? And I say VKM, right? Just like he said, anybody can be a good wrestler. It's the characters that stick around. It's the ones that you remember. We talk about,
Anybody can have a good character when your promos are written for you.
bruh,
Yeah.
this man, it does, again, thank you for proving my point about how character side matters. We can literally look at John Cena as a pure example. The man hit 6 moves, but we talk about the Doctor of Thugonomics. We talk about John Cena. We over here on the last tour. We're not talking about the fire matches that he had with, we didn't talk about with we talked about he had a fire match with Ron Cena. But I'm just
I'm
saying
just
that
I'm
at
just
the end
saying
of the day,
without this fire matches, we wouldn't
Cena's
be on the
character work
final
matters.
four.
Cena's promo work is what gets Cena over. It's not the matches. Y'all keep sitting here telling me like, oh man,
So you mean to tell me that if Cena couldn't wrestle, we would still be here on this final tour right here, right now? I call
absolutely.
fucking
As long as the
bullshit. You
machine
are
is
fucking
pushing it.
full of it.
No, as long as the
No, you
machine
are
is
full of it.
pushing, bruh. Nobody listen. John Cena, his wrestling has always. I'll be fair. I'm gonna say it like this. Okay, his top is not top tier, but it's been good. It's been better than average. Let's be fair. But John Cena's wrestling was about to get him cut from WWE. Let's be fair. The original John Cena, ruthless aggression, was gonna get him cut. It was
No.
only because someone was like, "Hey, you should try this rapping gimmick," and then that got over, and then he got over with the crowd. His character work got him over. It was not his wrestling. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Orton is a solid wrestler. He's on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna say he's a 9 on the scale. My point being though is that we talk about how Randy Orton, the psycho Randy Orton of 2009, going around punting people and like just being a complete menace. You guys are forgetting it. The character work has to matter because anybody can be Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne, right? Or anybody can be Daniel Bryan. Anybody can be those guys. But guess what happened? We remember Bryan Danielson because of what? The GOAT, right? The GOAT comic, it was got him started. Team Hell No, which was a great character work, great team. It's not necessarily always about the in-ring work. It has to match with the team. Like it has to match with the character work. The character work matters more. We remember good characters. We do not care about, let's be fair. When it comes to acting, we don't talk about, let's talk about, we'll use Heath Ledger. We don't talk about Heath Ledger and his great acting ability all the time. When we talk about the Joker role, we use what? A character. So once again, I'm gonna go back to my point of characters matter more.
I
I'm
don't
just
get the
gonna
even.
move past that one.
I don't. Yeah, I don't get. I'm not a, that. I don't
Listen,
get that one. I don't
Hulk
get the
Hogan,
reference.
Hulk
I don't get the
Hogan,
connection with the
listen,
Heath
Hulk
Ledger. I don't
Hogan,
get it.
listen, Hulk Hogan, okay, was doing all this wrestling stuff in Japan, and he was over in Japan wrestling. But when he came to the US, what happened with Hulk Hogan? He hit like 4 moves, and that's all that mattered. But we remember the promos that he was cutting, right? When he changed, he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He was way over as a villain. Like, what are we talking about? Macho Man's promos get him over. It's not his wrestling that gets him over. Like, what? It's his character work.
Macho could work. Okay.
I'm not saying that they can't work. What I'm saying though is that you guys, yeah. The first thing I think of when I think of Macho Man is going, God damn, that match that he had at WrestleMania 3 with Ricky Steamboat was fire. It was, by the way. It was. But I think about the or the cream always rises to the top. That's the things I think about. I don't think about all the solid matches that he's had. I'm just saying characters get you over and keep you around. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here.
Hey, I'm sticking with it, man. I just guys like Will Ospreay are over because of what? The in-ring work. Because God knows Will Ospreay's character ain't getting them over.
Hell no.
There's exceptions to the rules.
Ricochet. Nah.
Okada.
Like,
I just like how you said it though, that everybody can do a flip. Cool. Everybody can do a flip.
That's the standard.
But what has to get you over? It's not the flip, it's the character work that has to get you over. Let's talk about Velveteen Dream. That character was over. Everybody was talking about the GOAT character and how great he was at NXT and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but his solid work in the ring is matched with the character though.
But his character work is what got him over. His character work got him over. His in-ring work was great. I'm not denying that in-ring work matters. Just saying, if you had great in-ring work and that's all you had, you get washed out of places like WWE. Andrade gets washed out. Let's be fair. He's a great wrestler. How's his character work?
Andrade's done that to himself, though.
Yeah, Andrade doesn't want to learn English.
Oh, okay. Then we'll use another person who was over, right? As far as like character work, or in-ring work, right? Just look at some of these guys who came to WWE that had great in-ring work, didn't have a real character. How did they work out? FTR? Remember what they were gonna do? WWE was gonna do to him?
Well, so FTR won all the tag team championships.
Bruh. But do you remember what WWE was going to do to FTR before they left?
Yeah, I seen that. I remember that.
Yeah.
But they still won
because they what? Because of what? It was a lack of character work.
But they were over before that though. That was the thing. They were already over though.
Just like another person who's having trouble getting over, right? Motor City Machine Guns. We love those guys. How they doing in E right now? They won the tag championship. They won. To be fair. Again, what's really getting them over? They're great in ring work though. Thanks. Prove my point.
Reason number 16 you should join a cult. Who gives a fuck what Cliff says?
Yeah.
I got nothing for you.
I don't either. I'm not denying that the character work matters. I'm just saying, if somebody handed you a script and said, here, learn this, you can learn it. I feel like it's a little harder for people to grasp how to take bumps, how to hit the ropes properly, how to hit a fucking moonsault.
Listen, I'm not saying that.
I know you're not saying that, but I'm just, from my personal standpoint, the in-ring work matters a little bit more than the character.
And I respect that. To me, I think developing a character and understanding and working that character is a lot harder than learning.
Well, this is why you're allowed to have an opinion.
But I'm gonna sit here. I'm the only one. I'm the wrong one so far on this fight. What you guys think? You guys let us know. You guys let us know in the comments. This is probably gonna be the big clip anyways.
I said he was wrong. I definitely said he was.
He definitely was wrong.
I didn't
say you were wrong. So
I want to say, yeah, Twitch didn't say it. I'll say you wrong, and I'll be wrong. I have no problem being.
I'll also be fair. I'll also be fair and say this. Right. It also depends on the promotion that you're at, because in-ring work matters in AEW. It really does.
Yeah.
It gets you over. Matt and Nick Jackson are over because they're in-ring work and they have some character work to them. Kenny is over because of his in-ring work. His character work is okay.
That's about Machine.
I'm just saying, like, John Moxley is over because his in-ring work is good. He does decent promos, right? He's got an okay character kind of built up over there. Just saying, at the end of the day, that's why Chris Jericho didn't really work at AEW, because he said it. He's a sports entertainer, and he's not really. Yeah, he's a good worker, but I'm just saying that it was more focused on the character side of building things. I just think that when I look at it, at the end of the day, especially with the E, character work matters. I mean, I look at the indies too. There's a lot of characters on the indies that are like way over, that I think they're okay in ring wise. They're good enough to get by. Like they get looked at by other people. You know, I look at, like, I love Danhausen, but when I see Danhausen wrestle, I don't see all of his repertoire. I know that he has it. I know he has like a huge repertoire. I don't see it all though, because he doesn't need to. His character work is over crazy. You know, I use an example, but I could also use Rich Holiday is another person he can wrestle, but right now, like on the indie scene, his signature move is what gets him over. Like, he just low blows people. Like, that's his character work. Like, he's like, I'm gonna hit you with my signature move. Pow!
All right, let's go to the comments.
We don't have any. Well, actually, we have one. Since when you don't believe in being rude. Thanks, Dean.
Talking about you, Twitch.
Since a couple of minutes ago, but now it's long gone. Fuck you.
All right. So that's the end of the show. This was more of a. I guess this is kind of tame. No dumbass of the week because Damien is sleeping.
So then he should be dumbass of the week.
He definitely is dumbass of the week. Just because it's a cool little graphic clip, just run it. Just run it. Just
okay.
Just for the shits of it.
It's Damien's Dumb Ass of the Week.
I love that graphic.
I do love that graphic.
I was cooking. I don't know what I was doing that day, but I was cooking when I made it. Like I like it. I am very proud of that joint. All right, look. Since Damien's not here, let me do it. Look, Tony Khan. Fucking hate him. Is on the stash. Fuck Riddle. Jericho gets a pass because he's not on my TV. Oh wait, I gotta turn the lights off. Turn the lights off because it's dark. I gotta make it dark. Hold on.
Yo, I just noticed. When did you change the gauntlet?
Oh, I changed it while you were talking and giving your point.
Yeah,
The ghost did it.
Yeah. Oh, get him, Damien. Yeah. Chris Jericho gets a pass because he wasn't on my TV. God, I hate Riddle. Can't stand him. And I'm gonna put myself because I was sleeping. Because I'm in the dark.
You forgot to say fuck that guy.
Oh yeah. Fuck that guy.
God, he irritates me so much.
God, he irritates me so much.
On sight.
Makes me want to smoke a cigarette. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, look.
Watch this. Stand up right quick.
No, Damien gets the award.
No, stand up right quick.
Absolutely not. Damien gets the award for Dumbass of the Week. So there's no voting for this week because Damien is automatically getting the award for that one. What? Where are we at? Where does what say?
What does that shirt say?
It's the Hurt Business shirt.
So why are you supporting the Hurt Syndicate when you're rocking the Hurt Business?
Because they changed names. It's a name change, brother.
Okay.
Maybe businesses change their names. I'm not buying any shirt from AEW anymore. I'm not buying their shirts anymore. They like I bought a shirt for what you call it. The last shirt I bought for them was the Acclaimed.
Okay.
And they broke up a couple months after I bought the shirt.
Oh wow.
It's weird because I feel like they're about to like make them reunite. But
and then yeah, exactly. Like whatever. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you've been able to make it this far into the show, shout out to you, my PlayStation users. You get a trophy. My Xbox users, you get an achievement. And my PC users, keep modding. You're awesome. I like watching mods now. It's popping up on my YouTube, my YouTube shorts. I've been seeing a lot of funny mods for Fortnite and for WWE, and it's actually quite funny. So yeah, shout out to you PC users. I'm gonna be nice to you this week. Hit that follow button on all your favorite social media platforms. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button on wherever wherever we're at. Just follow us. Make sure you're locked in with us so you don't miss anything. Matt Wild's coming into the ring right now on Saturday. Don't miss that episode. Also, we got the Villains Lounge double feature coming on Saturday. So much happening. Be there, watch another episode, and just, hey, shout out to all 2,455 of you. And if you're just tuning in right now, sorry you missed it, but just rewatch the show. It's a cool show. It's a good one. Peace!
Support your local call.
Oh my gosh. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm going to walk away and you're going to play another video. Now.